Good evening, everyone. This is Senior Forecaster Cameron back here again. I'm here to go over the potential severe weather as we get a kickstart to your weekend here at the natural state. What we've been talking about over the last couple of days is for the potential severe weather for particularly the eastern and southeastern portions of the state. I'm going to go over the computer model, guys, in just a little bit here. First off, to start off, I do apologize that this blog is a little bit on the late side. I know it's going to be about 11:30, almost midnight for this blog is on the page, but I wanted to wait for the ZOZ guys to come in to give you guys the latest updates on this potential severe weather deal for particularly the eastern half and southeastern portions of the state here, guys. So we got a marginal risk that includes most of Arkansas here from up to Mountain Home, down to Malvern, down the I-30 corridor towards just west of Magnolia, and then you got the slight risk area from near the El Dorado area, across it over towards Lake Village, stretching into north central Mississippi, and also does include northeastern Louisiana here. You also have another slight risk up here in the Ohio Valley here, guys. So this is the latest from Storm Prediction Center. Scattered severe storms will be possible mainly Saturday afternoon and evening across much of Mississippi and Ohio regions. A few tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail will be all possible in both of those risks. I want to make that clear that the tornado threat is there, but it's more greater up here in the Ohio Valley than it is down here in the southern portions of Arkansas, southeastern portions of Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and northeastern Louisiana here. But given what I've been seeing with guidance tonight, we could see that tornado risk go up just a little bit here. But the potential damaging winds and also the potential hail does exist for Saturday afternoon here, guys. So let's go ahead and get into model guidance here. Now, here's the ZOZ NAM. I am going to show you radar with the NAM model here just a little bit here. Keep in mind that the radar with the NAM is not 100% accurate. I really don't like using NAM too much aggressively for severe weather. My favorite overall is going to be the HRR, but we got to do what we got to do here, guys. So here's the ZOZ NAM. And what it does tomorrow afternoon, you guys, and instability values are really going to take off across southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas here. But there will be a major cap in place for tomorrow. And remember, we were talking about before that there could be potential severe risk for tomorrow here. And there was original slight risk for northwestern Arkansas to accompany for that, but that slight risk has been pushed further to the northwest because the southeast ridge is really dominating our weather pattern at this current time here until this trough begins to erode on that high pressure ridge. Is going to be like that over the next 24 to 36 hours here, guys. So a cap will be in place tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening here. I can't rule out an isolated severe storm or two, particularly in the northwestern corner of Arkansas, which I have kept 20% chances in tonight's forecast package. But as far as widespread severe weather for tomorrow, even tomorrow night, I'm not expecting much here, guys. So as we get towards Saturday morning here, there's your upper level low up here in Kansas. There's your cold front here, and your warm front's well to the north. That's the result of this southeast ridge really pumping in that Gulf of Mexico moisture here, guys. So you're going to wake up Saturday morning. Dew points are going to be in the mid to upper 60s, low 70s. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s, low 70s here, guys. So it's going to be very humid to start off your Saturday morning here, guys. And what's going to end up happening as you get towards Saturday afternoon, instability is really going to start to skyrocket. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and draw it out for you guys. This is where the Storm Prediction Center currently has that marginal risk, and there's a reason why there's a marginal risk all the way back to near western Arkansas here, guys, because the instability is going to start to really increase as we get towards Saturday midday towards the early afternoon hours here. So there's where the marginal risk ends for Arkansas here, guys, and then there's your slight risk that's in southeastern Arkansas, and I wouldn't be shocked if the slight risk were to go somewhat like this, just the next update, given that the greater instability is going to be here. And also guidance is attempting to develop a little short wave that could move along the frontal boundary as it's pushing off towards the east, which could enhance the tornadoes there just a little bit. But I just wouldn't be shocked that slight risk got expanded just a little bit more to include much of southeast Arkansas, northeast Louisiana, and then much of Mississippi here, guys. So we'll just have to wait and see on what God it says tomorrow here, guys. But what ends up happening here is we get to a Saturday afternoon, instability really starts to take off across eastern Arkansas, and I pointed this out earlier this afternoon that the instability values are going to be right around that 1,000 to 1,500 range for eastern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and northeastern Louisiana here, guys. So this is the favored area for the potential of severe weather as we get towards Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening here, given the progression of this cold front as it's pushing up towards the east here, guys. So from Little Rock down to El Dorado, up to Mountain Home, points east. That's the current area that I would give a pretty good shot of seeing severe weather here. For our folks in western Arkansas, the timing is just going to be too early for you guys. I can't rule out some Wrangler thunderstorms over there in western Arkansas here, guys, but I just don't see any major severe weather Saturday morning here, if we even get thunderstorm activity at all, because there's some indication that there could be a remnant cap that's still in place Saturday morning, and then it erodes as that upper level system starts to push up towards the northeast, and your forcing really starts to come into Arkansas as it gets towards day on Saturday here, guys. So I just wouldn't rule out an isolated severe storm over here in western Arkansas, but the greater probability of seeing severe weather is going to be across east central down into northeastern Louisiana along the Mississippi River, and even to northern Mississippi and western Tennessee here, guys, with this event. And then it should be getting out here as we get towards Saturday evening into Saturday night here with cooler conditions following behind the system here. And there's even some indication beyond this period here, the NAMOD's not going to catch on to it, but beyond this period, there could be a surge with another storm system that could develop out towards our southwest and move towards our area as we get towards that Monday night and Tuesday time frame for the potential of more severe weather for us here in the natural state here, guys. So, like I said before, that's the NAM. Now, I'm going to show you the radar. I want you guys to take this with a grain of salt because, like I said before, the NAM model is not going to be 100% accurate with the radar here. It's just a reflectivity model of what could we be seeing as we get towards Saturday. Now, here we are Saturday morning, some isolated, like I talked about before, there could be some isolated showers, isolated thunderstorm or two across western Arkansas, given that it's going to be early in the morning. I'm not expecting any severe weather here. And then as we get towards Saturday afternoon here, thunderstorms really start to increase across central Arkansas down to eastern Texas here into Mississippi. Now, what concerns me is that these storms are going to be moving from southwest to northeast. So with the flow aloft, given that we're going to have a 100 knot neutral tilted trough, and then we're going to have that southerly to southeasterly wind component, we could look at an isolated tornado event down here in southeastern Arkansas, northeast Louisiana, and into Mississippi here. I'm not thinking it's going to be an outbreak. There's a lot of things that are missing to keep this from being an outbreak here, but we will keep an eye on that. We'll get more data over the next 24 to 36 hours here, guys. But what it ends up doing, it sends those thunderstorms into southern Arkansas and into eastern Arkansas here as we get towards Saturday afternoon here. And then it should be kicking out as we get towards that 7 to 8 o'clock time frame on Saturday with much cooler conditions returning, and then with rainfall beginning to turn as we get towards Sunday night and early Monday morning as a response of our next storm system that will be developing as we get towards the early part of your next week here, guys. So, as a reward, there's a NAM model here. Here's the high-res NAM. Now, what the high-res wants to do is somewhat similar to the 12 km, its partner in crime, and what it does, it just completely has some shower and thunderstorm activity throughout the day, Saturday afternoon here, and then it starts developing these little supercells across northern Louisiana, eastern Texas, and they start moving northeast, and that's what's concerning me with this particular model run, that they're starting to show potential supercells down here in southeastern Arkansas and into northern Mississippi here, which could heighten the overall tornado threat with this. So I just wouldn't be surprised if that slight risk got expanded just a little bit as we get towards Saturday afternoon to Saturday evening here, guys. And as for I'm going to show you the significant tornado parameters. It's still a wait and see on what's going to be happening as you get towards this time frame here. Now, what it ends up doing as we get towards Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening here, it starts pushing out towards northeast because your greater dynamics are going to be well north of Arkansas, but I just cannot rule out an isolated tornado or two across southeastern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and then towards northeast Louisiana here, guys. So we'll just have to keep a close eye on the situation here. But I'm thinking the greater tornado threat should be well north of Arkansas, closer to the parent low. But as we saw with last Thursday's event, the parent low was well up towards the north in the Midwest, and then you had your frontal boundary down here, and we still got the tornado threat. We still have those strong tornadoes here, guys. So I just don't want you guys to let your guard down as we get closer to Saturday's event here. Given that the better dynamics are going to be north, but we will have a better instability. So where there's the instability and the shear meet up is where you're going to have the potential of seeing severe weather here, guys. So that's what we got as we get towards Saturday and Saturday afternoon here, and it should be getting out here as we get towards Saturday night, early Sunday morning here. Now, here's the GFS. Alright, GFS, somewhat similar, has eastern Arkansas as well. I'm going to step it back to the NAM because there's one thing I forgot to show you with the NAM, and this is the shear profiles. Now, you have the instability in play. There's your upper level low that you can see very clearly at 500 millibars here, and then it really starts to crank up that wind energy as you get towards Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening here. So, a 105, 106, 107, 108 knot jet, according to the NAM model, should be pushing out towards the northeast. Here in Arkansas, we're going to be on what they call the base of the trough, the southeastern corner of the trough. So this is where you have to watch out for the potential of little isolated, little weak impulses that could develop on the base of the trough, which could push out towards the northeast along with that southwest flow aloft. So that's why I'm saying the tornado threat could be a little greater in terms of Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening once you get that instability in play. And given you don't have any morning convection, it's really going to be a very close call for us here in Arkansas. But what it does, it has more of a neutral, slightly negative trough that's going to be pushing up towards the northeast here. But here's what we're lacking in terms of overall shear. Now, this is 925 millibars. This is a low level. This is the step before you get to the surface level. And what it ends up doing is you get to a Saturday afternoon, the low level winds start to calm down, basically. So that's why I'm saying the overall tornado threat is not going to be significantly great across our area, because the low level shear is severely lacking across this area. It has around 30, 35, 40 knots worth of shear as you get towards Saturday afternoon here. Much greater in the morning as the upper level low is closer, but as it starts pushing up towards northeast, it's going to take that wind energy with it. So as you get towards Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, Saturday night, it should be completely done for us here in the natural state here, guys. So as I said before, a rundown of everything of what we're seeing right now, the potential of severe weather greater for eastern Arkansas. Here I'm going to go back to Storm Vidicia Center's risk area here. Now, as I said before, the greater threat of severe weather is going to be for eastern Arkansas from Little Rock down to El Dorado up to Mount Home Points East. We will watch western Arkansas at this current time here, but I just don't see any indications of severe weather in western Arkansas for Saturday. I'm thinking it's going to be from central over to eastern Arkansas as we get towards Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening here, guys. So I thank you guys for tuning into this video blog here tonight. That's all I got for you guys on this Thursday evening. Just stay tuned with us. We will have updates regarding this potential severe weather as we get towards day on tomorrow and also on Saturday here, guys. So thank you for tuning in, and y'all have a great rest of your Thursday evening.